Jeff Kendall-Weed here. My old HD3, I had some fun memories on this bike. It's for sale now, so I received this thing probably in late 2015, and I believe I put it together in early 2016. And it was basically gonna be my B bike, my backup bike, my practice bike. And I rode it quite a bit back in Marin County until April of 2016, until the TDS race. I did race the TDS on this thing, and then I had a little bit of an injury and I stopped riding for a couple months, and then my next couple bikes I actually rode my A bike a lot more. It's the blue HD3 I sold a little while ago. And this bike hasn't really been raced since that one event, and it hasn't been in any big feature videos. So it's for sale, it's on the chopping block. I'm asking $2,500 for it as it sits. And I'm gonna donate $500 from the sale of this bike to the WMBC. That's the local mountain bike advocacy coalition here in Bellingham, Washington. Let's go through the bike real quick. I'll show you around it. There's plenty of nicks and scratches and scrapes and all that, but I think $2,500 is a pretty reasonable price for a bike that's this well set up. And earlier this winter, my buddy Logan borrowed this thing for a couple weeks and he had a great experience riding it, so it's in good shape. You can take it home and you can ride it tomorrow. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, jeffkendallweed@gmail.com. Let's run through the bike a little bit. This is a 2015-2016 Ibis Mojo HD3 size large. Ibis does not use model years on their bikes, so this is the same bike between those 2 years. This one's set up with a 142/12 rear end. At one point they did go up to a boost, but this is the 142. And let's see. It has a front derailleur mount tab as well underneath the lower link there. I'll try to do a quick zoom and show you. Yeah, there's a front derailleur tab right in there. So running through the bike, size large. It's running a Fox Float X rear shock, kind of a custom rear shock that I had put together quite a while ago. It's got a fresh rebuild, only about, I don't know, 15-20 hours riding on it since the fresh rebuild, so basically a brand new rear shock. Fork is a RockShox Pike 160. There's probably 40 hours of riding on that fork, but it feels good as new. It's in great shape. Headset is a Shimano Pro. It's smooth, it's running fine. Running a Thompson stem, 40mm length, and we're running a Jerome Clement signature carbon fiber Truvative handlebars with WTB padlock grips. The grips are basically brand new. They're padlocks. Pretty cool cockpit there. The bars have been cut down a little bit. They're around 750mm in width. Saddle is a WTB Silverado, has some green accents in the stitching. And the seat post is a KS Lev 150. It does use an external routing, which I routed down the left side of the, there it is. I routed it down the left side of the frame. I set this thing up as kind of more of a heavy duty shredder. So it's running Shimano Saint 4-piston brakes. You can see in back Saint, and then in front, got a Saint brake as well. Those things are running great. I really like the Saint brakes. The rear cable, the rear hose for the brake is on the short side. The hose for the rear brake is just taped along the top tube and then runs down along the seat stay. I have a full length uncut Saint hose, brake hose, that I will include in the sale of this bike. So if you want to do it more professionally and route it more properly down the down tube, you'll have a brand new hose, so you have that option. Cranks are Shimano XT. And the drivetrain is mostly Shimano XT. You've got an XT shifter, XT rear derailleur, and then a SRAM XO1 cassette for the wider range. Back in the day, Shimano wasn't doing that wide of a range, but SRAM did. So it's an XD driver on the hub, and the cassette is a SRAM unit for the wider ratio. Wheels are White Industries M16 hubs, laced to WTB ASIM rims, 29mm inner width, front and rear. And tires front and rear are WTB Vigilante TCS Tough High Grip. Bike's got a lot of life left back in it. I hope whoever ends up buying it can put a ton of miles on it and can really enjoy it. If you have any questions about it, drop me a comment below. I'm asking $2,500, and $500 of that goes straight to the WMBC.